Hey guys, for the first time in a long time, guess what? Everybody has time to read. There's no excuse now. So I wanted to come on and give you some suggestions of things you might want to read while we're out of school. So I got on Audible today. They're doing a free thing for kids called Story. It's stories.audible.com. And if you go there, you can listen to some audio stories, some audio books for free. And I think Winnie the Pooh is probably the best one on there if you're, let's say, kindergarten, first grade, second grade. It's a classic. It's been around forever. I definitely would recommend that. For the big kids, they have some other classics that are fantastic. Swiss Family Robinson, The Secret Garden, Wizard of Oz, King Arthur, and, you know, my all-time favorite, Anne of Green Gables. You have to listen to that one. I also got on Epic to see what the best choices were on Epic. If you email your teacher, then they can send you an invitation to get Epic all day, every day for free. Or you can access it, I believe, without any kind of invitation during school hours, normal school hours. But for the little kids, Scaredy Squirrel, The Most Magnificent Thing, Library Mouse, Splat the Cat, The Little House, and Click Clack Moo. Those are my favorites for the little kids. Big kids, for you, I would recommend all of the books they have about unexplained things like Bigfoot, the Bermuda Triangle, the Loch Ness Monster, any of those unexplained phenomenon books. Those are interesting. And they've also got some really high interest things like wild weather and also things like mummies. I also noticed they've got a whole section on makerspace books for how to do crafty things when you're at home. So that'd be another fun one to look at. As far as real books, I don't know if you'll have access to these or not. If you have a public library card, you can get on and you can do ebooks through the public library for free. So ones I recommend for sure, and I may do this a couple of times while we're out of school just to recommend ones for different grade levels, but these are more for big kids today. I think if you haven't read it, I don't have the books with me because I didn't have time to get them from the library before we closed. But The One and Only Ivan is one that you have to read before the movie comes out. The movie's scheduled to come out in August. I would highly recommend that you read that. It's about a gorilla, and the gorilla is kept in a shopping mall in a concrete cage for years and years. And it's about a special relationship that he develops with the elephant that's also there. And it's based on a real gorilla who eventually lived out the rest of his life in Zoo Atlanta. So that's definitely one you want to pick up if you haven't read it. The next three are my three favorites from our Volunteer State Book Award list from this past year. And the voting is actually going on right now. We were supposed to be doing the voting at school, but we'll just see what happens. So my very favorite one, it's a little bit intense. It's a survival story called The Trail. It was our book club book this year, but if you didn't come to book club, you can still read it. Okay, so The Trail is a survival story about a kid who's hiking the Appalachian Trail alone and all the danger that he runs into along the way. Ollie's Odyssey, this is what it looks like. These are probably backwards for you, I apologize. But Ollie's Odyssey, it reminds me a little of Winnie the Pooh as far as how it's written, but the story is about a toy who's very special to a little boy, and he gets stolen by an evil toy and his gang of, it's just an evil gang of toys that were never really wanted by anybody, and it's just the sweetest story. I really enjoyed it. And the third one from the book award list is Framed, and it's about a boy who gets recruited to work for the FBI to help them solve an art mystery because he's so smart and good at solving mysteries. And this is the first in a series. I believe there are 3 out in this series now. So those are my recommendations for today. I'll put them on the library website. There's also a list at the top of the library website that says reading lists, and it's got a reading suggestion list for every grade level up through 5th. So check those out too. See you soon.